today's video, I wanted to bring you a drugstore makeup first impressions video. This entire look was done using drugstore products that I have used for the very first time. We're just gonna have a get ready with me and talk about life and talk a little bit about my past and talk about color formulations and probably disrupt my cat's sleep. I am also going to be using drugstore beauty tools such as Eco Tools and Flower Cosmetics to apply the makeup. So everything in this tutorial is relatively inexpensive and affordable for anyone on any budget. I have like piles of cats in the general vicinity and I could not be happier. So first I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer. This is one from Physicians Formula. It's supposed to be a super full coverage concealer. It is hypoallergenic, fragrance-free, paraben-free, gluten-free, cruelty-free, dermatologist tested, and clinically tested. So this comes with a mini beauty blender and this is called the Insta Ready Full Coverage Concealer. It does have both sunscreen and light reflecting pigments which are supposed to make you look selfie ready, and it's supposed to be super full coverage, so great for acne. Also, Physicians Formula is probably one of the cleanest drugstore brands. So like they're actually one of the drugstore brands that is probably best for your skin. So having acne prone skin, you know that's what I gotta keep in mind. And this is not my color, hunty. So initially, I actually really like this formula. Kind of reminds me of the Benefit Cosmetics Play Stick when it soaks into the skin, but it's a little bit more hydrating and not as chalky. But at the same time, this is obviously not my color. What color did I get? I got color light, and obviously, I'm just not a light color, so I don't know what I was thinking. The Beauty Blender isn't my favorite so far, but perhaps I should wet it in some water. Agua, where art thou, Agua? Even after I've wetted it, it kind of feels like I'm stabbing myself with a typewriter. I think I would prefer a regular Beauty Blender or a less aggressive blender, but it is really nice that it comes with it because it's one of those that you can get right there in the eye. And this is actually blending out extraordinarily well. Let's add a little bit more and see how well it covers this blemish. That's actually really nice for drugstore and for like less than $10. So far, I'm actually really impressed. This is not a pancake product, but it's actually covering my pits and my divots pretty freaking well. Hormonal breakouts. Who wants a video on how acne changes as you get older? Because it's legitly a problem. So let's see how this covers. Wow. You know, it's been a while since I've purchased drugstore products and I don't know why, because they work sometimes just as well, if not better, and they're literally a fraction of the price. And if I'm gonna leave my makeup out all day and it's gonna get like nasty and bacteria ridden, I might as well replace it more often. And if I'm going to be wasteful like that, or sanitary like that, however you want to see it, I might as well do that with products that don't cost $1 million, right? You know guys, I'm not gonna lie, like when I was younger, I felt like, especially growing up where I did, I felt like I had something to prove to everyone, and I felt like when I was so insecure about my acne that money was a way for me to prove my validity. It's like, oh, I don't have value, I don't matter, but I'm gonna buy expensive things and that makes me matter, right? Because look, they have like a material value. And that really screwed me over for a long time, but I learned a very valuable lesson from it. But I feel like cosmetics was an extension of that to a certain extent, because there was a time where I wasn't even buying drugstore products because I was like, I just had this idea of monetary validity, which is obviously not true, but like that's how insecure I was and that's how bad I needed validation. There's actually a video, oh my god, I was watching some of my old videos the other day. Some of them are really good, and then others I was just like, how stupid are you? You are dumb. Like you are really dumb. I was actually, when I was buying this mascara, I was trying to see that if I've ever had it before because I wasn't sure if I did and I want to give like a true first impressions, and I was watching this mascara video. In the mascara video, I was like, your eyelashes are by your eyes. No shit, Sherlock. And then I was talking about like a Neutrogena mascara that I didn't like, and I was like, oh, it's really dry, but it's like really oily. I don't like it. And it's just like, you are dumb. You are really dumb. Like, what were you thinking, Cassandra? And then, you know, the person that I was dating was in that video, and you might not be able to see it in the video. You can see that I was pissed off, but like you could not see the amount of pain and the amount of hurt that I was going through. But like it brought me back to being in that body and remembering how I felt. And then I remember like, just suck it up, Cassandra. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be the pretty, attractive girl with a boyfriend, even though you're never gonna be pretty enough and you're never gonna have a good relationship. Like, suck it up and like be what people expect of you. I had problems, okay? And then I started talking about like calories and Starbucks and like borderline disordered eating issues. Like, girl. Like, I never thought that I was obsessed with like diet and things like that. But as I look back at myself and look back at some of those videos, it became really apparent. And then those things manifested over the years and just got worse and worse. But sometimes it takes worse to get better. But if you want a video about that, let me know. Now that I'm done talking about the awkwardness that was me 5 years ago, let's look at that. I am actually very impressed. I would purchase this again, just in a different color. The Physicians Formula Insta Ready. Look at that. I feel great. Next, we'll do a little bit of foundation. This is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. This is supposed to be a light to medium coverage foundation with vitamins, broad spectrum sunscreen 20 because I've been burning, and this is oil free, so it's supposed to be good for your skin. So let's see how this goes. So this is what it looks like. It's supposed to have vitamins for your skin, and it's supposed to like make you glow. This is just a beauty blender from Flower, and this one is like the opposite of the other blender because this one feels like I'm being kissed by fairies, not stabbed like a typewriter. And you know what? This color is an ivory, and I don't think this is my color. Cassandra, you need to reevaluate your color choices after you go get sunburned in the sun. Yeah, that's not my color. It has like a weird scent, which I don't really like, and having acne prone skin, I know that fragrances have a tendency to break me out. It does cover nicely, but it's definitely not full coverage. I would say that if you're concerned about aging, that this is a great option just because of how hydrating it is. It should really do well if you have age spots or a little bit of wrinkling. And then also, if you're looking to prevent the signs of aging, sunscreen does more than any kind of skincare product. Always use sunscreen, says the girl who doesn't take her own advice. But also be careful because some sunscreen has toxins which can actually destroy your skin and chemicals that are really harsh on your skin. So make sure you're getting a good sunscreen. I know, it's so confusing. I was confused too. I've been confused like all my life. Stabby stab stab on the eyes. This is from Jordana or Jordana Cosmetics. It's called the Sculpt and Go Contour Stick, and I'm hoping that I can use this as a bronzer because legitly just serving you up some poltergeist vibes today. Some Jeffree Star Voldemort color going on. But Jordana was actually a brand that I used to purchase for $1.19 at Food Max. My grandma would go to Food Max for like beans and shit. I would go for the $1 cosmetics, so. Contouring is plastic surgery without the plastic surgery. Trying to blend out with a beauty blender. Not bad. You know what? It's kind of disappearing the same way that the Clairsonic made my favorite Smashbox cream contour disappear. I mean, it looks super pigmented, but then it kind of blends out to be not super pigmented. And this is literally just a beauty blender. Am I using this wrong? And again, always with the cream products, I feel like they take off the foundation underneath. Let's see. Also guys, do you want a video on like the best drugstore foundations for acne or the best cruelty-free drugstore brands and my favorite products from those brands? Let me know. Thank goodness it's actually become a lot easier to shop cruelty-free for drugstore. For a long time it was really difficult, but it's like, I'm honestly, to stay in line with my morals and my values, I'm gonna be buying cruelty-free because like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, there's no need to harm other beings. There's no need to spend money on companies that don't align with those values, and it's inexpensive now. It's not like it's a rarity. You can find some really amazing cruelty-free products that it's like, go for it. And there's that argument that every single brand is cruelty-free now because there was a law that kind of outlawed animal testing, but then some companies still sell in China, and even though they don't test the products themselves, other people test it on their behalf. So it's like, can you really call them cruelty-free? It's literally so confusing. But then 100% Pure is cruelty-free, and they're sold in China because they opened up a vendor area in China where they can test cosmetics in China but not on animals, and then China will accept it, so it's considered cruelty-free because it was never tested on animals. It's so strange. So strange. I love China, but like, what are they doing? All right, well, I actually feel like I have a pretty healthy glow now. That turned out a lot better than I thought it did. For $1. $1? $1. Did I literally not purchase a powder? I have no powder. We'll move directly into highlighter. So this is from JCat Beauty. This is called the You Glow Girl Baked Highlighter. I have heard amazing things about this on the interwebs, and it's actually a huge product. Like, that's a lot of glow. This one's in 104 Crystal Sand. I'm going to use an EcoTools fan brush and just kind of get this on them highlights of my face. Oh, that's a lot of highlight. Maybe I should be a little more precise with this. Cause wow, that's a lot of highlight. So you hardly need any of this if you are going to purchase this. And you know, for an everyday look, I think this is a little bit much for me, so I'm actually gonna tone it down. Back to this blender. That is really, really bright. Like, I must be trying to send signals to Pluto or something. Do you see this? Pluto isn't even a planet. Or is Pluto a planet again? I don't even know. I should know this because, you know, astrophysics and stuff. Next, let's do a little bit of blush, and I'm hoping that this will even out the fact that I totally didn't buy the right foundation shade. This one is Flower Pots Powder Blush in PB2, Peach Primrose 2, PB2. Peanut Butter 2. Why would it be called PB2? That makes no sense. So let's pop this onto our cheeks. That's actually hella cute. Guys, I really like this. So this color is kind of corally, as you can see. I am actually really into this. It's pretty easy to blend. The color payoff is actually really, really good. Always do a little bit of blush on your neck because it kind of evens out the color, kind of brings that flush down a little bit. Just don't go crazy, just whatever's left on the brush. All right, hello. My name is Cassandra. I like the peaches. I like the peaches. Thank you. Kind of erased that contour, but the contour kind of erased itself, so. Also, I believe that flour is cruelty-free. Somebody double check me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. I want to be a conscious, ethical consumer, and like, I need to step up my game on that because that's something that I believe in. And it's time to stop screwing around, Cassandra. Time to stop screwing around. Oh, I like the way I look. I guarantee it. Anybody else know that like Shane Cove commercial? Is that like a Bay Area thing? I'm gonna zoom us in a little bit here. This is the Jordana Quick Brow. It's in dark brunette, so let's open this. Again, $1, $1, $1. It was just $1. Ah, that is dark. That is a very dark color for my face. I'm really not good at picking colors. You see, guys, that is one reason to always purchase high-end, is because you'll be able to test out the products in store and actually see if they're your color. And they'll like give you samples if you want them. Instagram browser a thing. Does this make me cool? Am I popular yet? Subscribe! Finals are finally over. Who's excited for summer? What you doing this summer? Tell me what's good in the hood. So I'm using this little brush to try to rescue this and blend it out. It is a creamy product and I actually really like the creaminess, but it's just so not my color. And it's $1. This eyebrow looks great, but then this one just decided to like go off and colonize its own planet or something. Well, that's as good as we're gonna get. I picked these up from Maybelline. They're called the City Mini Palettes. This one is in Urban Jungle, which is more green, and this is the City Mini in Rooftop Bronze. And I think I'm gonna go for the bronze today just because I'm feeling that. Or should I do the green? All right, so first I'm going to outline these eyebrows. I'm going to use this lightest shimmery white. I'm going to pop that right underneath my eyebrow. kind of help outline. And what's great about shimmery white highlights is that they help cover brow hairs. So if you haven't waxed or if you haven't tweezed in a while, this is a great way to hide those because the shimmer deflects light. I am going to take this medium kind of taupey, almost a little bit greenish brown color, and I'm going to take it on an EcoTools pencil brush, and I'm going to pop this right into my crease. Well, my camera decided to give up on me and not tell me, so I ended up doing my eyes not knowing that they weren't recording. But I used every single color in this palette and kind of created a fun, bronzy, smoky, Kim Kardashian-esque look. And it doesn't matter if you like the Kardashians or not, there is no denying their makeup is on point. So this is what I created. I used this gorgeous, gorgeous kind of bronzish orange color right in the middle of the eyes. If you have green eyes, that is going to make them pop because orange and red is opposite of the color wheel. If you want, you can even take a little bit of your blush color and just put it right there in the middle of your eye. And if you've got green eyes, that is going to make them glow just the tiniest amount. So fun fact for all my green-eyed girls out there, or guys. It kind of destroyed the palette with the brush that I used because this is such a creamy formula. And what that means, let's talk about eyeshadow manufacturing. Eyeshadows are either pressed dry or wet. This was probably pressed wet, which means the eyeshadow is actually a liquid and then they pour it in and press it in, which means you're going to get a creamier and more blendable product. Now, some eyeshadows are pressed dry, which means they're kind of in a powder or slightly damp form and just pressed in. And in my experience, those are a little bit more chunky. So one of the best liquid poured is Ciate London and Lorac Cosmetics. If you've used either of those brands, you know how silky, velvety, and blendable their eyeshadows are. This is very similar. So congrats, Maybelline, on making a very similar eyeshadow product that's blendable and gorgeous. It's just at a drugstore price. So those are the eyes, and again, I'm so sorry that it didn't record. If you want a video on how to use multiple eyeshadows, let me know. Next, let's put on a bit of eyeliner. This one is from NYX Cosmetics, and NYX Cosmetics is cruelty-free. They are one of my mom's favorite brands. I got her hooked on them. This is in the color Revolution, and this is Tightline Safe. So I am going to shove this into my eyeball. Also, adding a dark color like a green or a black or a brown to your lash line actually makes your lashes look longer and bolder because it kind of fills them in. It makes you look like you have more eyelashes. And I'm actually really shocked that there was not a lot of fallout from this Maybelline palette. I was expecting there to be a ton of fallout. There was hardly any, which was awesome. So the NYX Cosmetics went on very creamy. I like how easy it was to apply. I didn't have to like pull at my eye or anything. Next, let's do a little liquid liner. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Paints. I love this because they basically came out with a drugstore version of some of the most colorful colors. And if you shop drugstore, you know that it's really easy to find neutrals, but it's hard to find big, bold colors. L'Oreal Infallible has like a million big, bold colors. So this one is in Wild Green. Gorgeous. It's got like a Sharpie tip, and let's see if I can apply this without destroying my eye. I don't like to pull at my eyes to put on eyeliner because I don't want to get premature wrinkles. Now the big test, can she get them even? Even for someone who has a shaky hand and is not super good at getting things even, this brush is phenomenal. I'm totally into this. The colors are amazing. Oh, look at that. Boom shakalaka. And then next I'm going to use the Maybelline Rocket Volume Express. And remember I told you I was watching that mascara video because I wanted to see if I've ever used this before, and I don't think I have, but for some reason it seems familiar, and I don't know if it's because I used it or if it's because other people did and I was watching their videos. But the fact that I don't remember what it was like still constitutes it well for a first impressions video. So this is the Maybelline Rocket Volume Express. It says 8 times clump-free volume. It's a supersonic brush. Well, this is what the brush looks like. It actually kind of feels like a plastic or like a silicone, which is actually really, really nice. It reminds me of the Covergirl Lash Blast. So let's shove this in the formula and see what it does to our eyeballs. I just put mascara on the carpet. Good job. Oh, wow, and that covered that really well. I'm gonna start at the bottom and pull up. Okay. It's not clumping bad, but I would not go as far as saying this is clump free. So this is for volume, not for length, and actually so far I'm really actually liking that. Look at that. It dries nice, but it's not drying too quickly. It's like, it gives you a little bit of time to play with it, but it's not getting like all up here either. Look at the difference. That's with, this is without. And guys, honestly, drugstore mascaras are so great. You don't need to spend a ton of money on a $50 mascara. And if you're supposed to throw them away every 4 months anyways, damn girl, I'm into this. So the last thing that I've got to do is put on a little bit of lip color. This is also the L'Oreal Infallible Paints collection. They have a bunch of these in lip colors from blues to greens to yellows, and they're like $7. So you can get them inexpensive if you want to, and you don't have to spend a ton of money. Because before, if you wanted a really bold color, you would have to go to a high-end store and you would have to purchase, you know, a $20 to $50 lipstick. So this is in the color 34. It's the Infallible Paints Lips. It's a liquid lipstick with a doe foot applicator. That has some great color payoff. It's almost a little bit sticky. I was expecting this to be super velvety and super silky, but it actually feels a little bit sticky, which is good because maybe that means it'll last longer throughout the day. Ooh. I like the doe foot because it means that I can shape my lips really well. Well, there you have it. So guys, this is the final look using all Drugstore First Impressions products. What did I like? What did I not like? I am really huge fans of these products. Oopsies, I'm throwing lids. Love the eye products, love the mascara, loved this blush. This blush gives me life. Love these L'Oreal Infallibles. And also this Physicians formula, the coverage blew me away. And this was also very good. What I was not impressed with, this Jordana bronzing stick, it was just $1, but I wouldn't buy it again just because it kind of felt like it erased itself off of my face, and just having acne, it's hard for me to use cream products. This highlighter from JCat Beauty definitely did the job of highlighting, but it was a little intense for me for every day. The eyebrow, it's just not my color. I was not a huge fan of this. I think it was a color issue. Same with the Covergirl, it was a color issue, but I do think that this would be good for people who are worried about aging. So I'm gonna wear this throughout the day and see how it goes. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me. If you want me to do a video reacting to my old videos, or a video on cruelty-free cosmetics at the drugstore, or a video on how to apply multiple eyeshadows, leave a comment down below telling me which one of those 3 you want to see. And be sure you hit the ding dong bell, ring my doorbell, because that's how you'll know when I actually upload a video on how to apply multiple shades of eyeshadow, best drugstore foundations for acne, what I eat in a day, or me reacting to my old videos, or just petting my cats. Just petting my cat. So hit that button, give somebody a compliment in the comments today, and remember that I love you. Be beautiful both inside and out, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Love you guys. Bye. Hello guys, and welcome to my living room filled with cats.